So I have a question. If I had a parabola that opened up, what would be the very minimum value? How would we find that? What is that called? The bottom? Ooh, the vertex.
Why is it called the vertex?
What would our parabola need to look like if we had a maximum value?
Goes low.
What do you? Okay,
Upside down.
I knew that's what you were trying to say, Carter. Okay, if our parabola was upside down, then the vertex would be the very highest value. Okay. Now, we have only looked at parabolas that have had a vertex at x equals 0, right? We've talked about, don't write this down, parabolas that look like this and how A affects the width of our graph, or if it's negative, turns it upside down. Okay. Then we talked about adding C or subtracting C, and how does that affect our parabola? It moves up or down. Okay. So now here's the deal. Today we're going to talk about parabolas that are in standard form. AX squared plus BX plus C. Okay. We still are going to know that this A is going to stretch or shrink the width of our graph. And we still will know that a negative A will flip our parabola upside down. But with this B thrown in here, we can't just look at moving up, down, left, right. Okay. We're going to have to do a little bit more work to determine where our vertex is. So I would like you to highlight this right here. The x coordinate of the vertex is negative b over 2a. And that is where we begin. If we have a bx term in our parabola, we need to use x equals negative b over 2a to find the x coordinate of our vertex. So down here in the notes, I want you to write this. I want you to write f of x is x squared plus 6x plus 11. Tell me something we already know about this parabola. Which way is it going to open? Up or down? Up. We know it's going to open up. Why, Amelia? Okay, our A is positive. Okay. Now, here is A, B, C. Oh, what's our A value? I don't see a number there. Okay, it's 1. If there's not a number there, it's an implied 1. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, we fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, charge it.
So here we go. If I want to know where the vertex is, then we are going to say our vertex, the x coordinate is at negative b over 2a. So our b is what? Okay, so negative b over 2, and our A is 1. Well, what's -6 divided by 2 times 1? -3. Nirvan, do you have a question? Okay. To find the x coordinate of our vertex, we take -b over 2a. B is 6, a is 1. That's how I got these numbers.
You get to.
Hello. Yes.
That's so weird.
Okay, I'm sorry. My kid got stung by a bee.
Oh, you were right. Oh,
Is it right?
Why y'all laughing at
I think it's still by me.
At recess. Okay, so, okay, who had a question about the 2? Was that you?
Yeah.
This 2 right here? This is the formula.
Oh,
So we're gonna do this every time.
Oh, because it's B over 2A.
Every time. Okay, so now. Hey, isn't our vertex like an X and a Y?
Yeah.
So Preston, how would I figure out my Y coordinate? Okay. Does anybody know the? Ooh, that's a good idea, but it is not C. Okay. If this is X, how do we find a Y? Yeah. So we're gonna plug in -3 to x squared plus 6x plus 11. And can you help me with this math? What is 9 minus 18 plus 11? Can I get a confirmation on that?
Minus 18. So 9 plus 11 is 20 and minus 18 is 2.
Okay. So this is what we know. We know that our vertex is at the coordinate -3, 2. We know that our parabola is going to open up. And since we have a vertex at -3, 2, we know that our axis of symmetry goes through the vertex. So we know that our axis of symmetry, AOS, is x equals -3 because it goes through the vertex at that x coordinate. Are you going to write this down or just hope osmosis takes into effect?
What?
You'll just absorb it like a plant.
Photosynthesis?
All right, turn the page. Okay, look at number 3 right here. And I want you to label A, B, C. Are you doing that? A, B, C. Number 3, we're at the bottom of the next page. Okay, so if I want to find the vertex, x equals negative b over 2a. So I have negative, ooh, what's b? So I have negative 8
No. Oh, yeah.
over 2 times a. What's a? Hey, Francis, which direction does this parabola open?
Gonna open like that.
It's gonna open down because our a is negative. All right. So this is what kind of an 8? Positive 8 over. Okay. Which would give us. Okay. Good. So our vertex is at the coordinate -2 comma something. How do we find the y?
25.
Okay. We need to plug the x in. So -2 times -2 squared minus 8 times -2 plus 5. Yay. Thank you. Nope. All right, so what is -2 times 4 plus 10 plus 5? 13.
You said plus
I didn't say anything about 10. Plus 16 plus 5. I think I did say 10. Sorry about that. So -2 times 4. This turns into plus 16 plus 5. Hey, hey. Preston, where's our axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry. That line that goes through the vertex.
-2.
Half credit. X equals -2. You have to say x equals. It's a line. Has to be an equation. You have to say x equals. Okay. How about we graph one of these? Yeah. What?
We have a question.
Yes.
So Jada thinks. Whoa.
Okay, just get it out.
Echolocation. What is it?
What?
She doesn't know.
It's definitely science.
It's not such
But-
Combo.
Are you telling me they didn't use echolocation in the 1800s?
No.
No. That's more something.
People?
Okay, so I really love all of this, but we're gonna go ahead and graph this parabola, number 5, on the next page. Okay. So when you graph on your homework, you always had 0 in the middle, right? And we had some symmetry because that's where your vertex was. So I want the same thing. I want your vertex to be in the middle of your chart. Okay. But it's not 0. We got to figure out what it is. Okay. So let's do our -b over 2a. So A, B, C. So -b over 2a, you're telling me is just -1. Okay. So we'll put -1 right here in the middle of our chart because that is where the vertex is. You're mocking me and I don't appreciate it. So let's pick numbers on each side of -1. I only allow water in here. Throw it away. Is yours empty?
Yeah.
Throw it away. Okay, so on the other side of -1, we can choose -2, -3, and 0 and 1. Okay, and that's, I want 2 points on each side. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. I want 2 points on each side. Okay? Okay, let's divide and conquer. Purple table, plug in -3. Blue table, plug in -2. Yellow table, plug in -1. Teal table, plug in -1. Red table, plug in 0. Green table, plug in 1. Nine minus
I think it's just 2. I think it's just. Yeah, it is. Just 2. And then square is 9 minus 6. Good job.
All right. Green table. What's the Y value when we plug in X as 1? Green table. 11. Red table, 0. Okay, these two groups, when we plug in -1. No. No. What do we get when we plug in -2? -3. So this is a +3. Okay.
Wait, how are you getting -1?
With your, okay, and be quiet. Shut your mouth, please. When we plug in -1, this becomes 3 times 1. -1 squared is 1. 3 times -1 squared would be 3. 6 times -1 is -6, and then plus 2. Okay. So this is what I want you to do so that we can fit this on here. Here's my y-axis. Here's my x-axis. Okay. So -1, -1, here is my vertex. 0, 2, and -2, 2. And then I don't think I'm going to be able to fit my other ones on there. Okay. But every chart, just stop making noise. Every chart that you write for your graph, I want there to be 5 coordinates. If you can't fit them, whatever. Okay. Here's our vertex. Our axis of symmetry would be the line x equals -1. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing of graphing, but let's talk about number 6 and just what our XY chart would need to have in it. Okay. We need to figure out where the vertex is. And how do we do that? Negative b over 2a. So negative b over 2a. What is that? 2? So 2 would be here. And in my chart, I would want you to choose 2 numbers to the left and 2 numbers to the right to plug in. Okay. Now, I'm not actually going to go through the process of graphing this because I think you can plug in numbers just fine. All right? You can do that. Maybe. Why are there pickles and an Easter egg?
That was 80. Yeah. It was a little snack.
Whose? Okay. Okay, so let's talk about number 8. Avery, which direction does this parabola open?
Downward.
It opens down. So if this parabola opens down, is there going to be a minimum or a maximum value? Okay. The vertex is going to be our maximum value. Okay. So number 1, we have a maximum. Number 2, where's it going to be? X equals negative b over 2a. Got it. Okay, what's b? Negative 5. And a is negative 1/2. Okay, so negative 5 turns into a positive, right? 2 times negative 1/2. Okay, so negative 5 is the x coordinate of our vertex. Okay. That is where the maximum value is occurring, but it's not the maximum value. The maximum value would be the y coordinate. Okay. Negative 5 is the x where it is happening. So if I actually want the max, what do I need to do with negative 5? Plug it in. Okay. So I have negative 1/2 times 25 plus 25 plus 2. I know we're short on time, so I'll tell you. It's 14.5. Okay. So we have a max of 14.5. Yes, it's occurring at negative 5, but we need the y value to know what the maximum is. What? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna just talk through this problem quick and we'll come back to it tomorrow. Okay, but look at it. Instead of y, we have h. Instead of x, we have t. It's just different letters. Okay, and this is modeling a rocket being launched. Should we? Okay. The rocket explodes at its highest point. What is it asking you for?
T.
The highest point, the maximum. So what do we need to find? But before we find what? We need the vertex, okay? I will hold you through passing period if you cannot listen while I talk. So in this problem, instead of x, y, we have t and h. So the t is the time, that's how we find the negative b over 2a. When does the rocket explode? At what height? Ooh, that's the y value, okay? So they're asking you for the vertex because that's the maximum, okay? There's still a minute and a half, like stop getting so antsy. Okay, you waste my time, I'll waste yours. I'll play this game. They're asking you for the vertex, but in separate pieces. The vertex is where the maximum is. They just didn't say maximum, they said highest point, okay? On your homework tonight, you are going to see more problems in my answer key than I want you to do. So your homework is on page 436, and it says 3 through 18 all. It says 21 to 27 odd and 28, but here I want you to do just the odd problems. Are you okay with that? Me scaling it back? If you want to do all of them, that's fine. I'll put the reminder in Google Classroom when I post it. Now you can catch up. Okay, but I'm gonna scale the homework back a little bit. We will have a redo day of 8.3 tomorrow. Try your homework to the best that you can. I know 30 minutes is not a lot of time.
Are you upset